doing some interviews with some of our team so that people can see the wonderful people we have in this business and the different jobs that we do. So do you want to start off by telling us who you are and what you do at CrowdComms?
Of course. I am Hannah Spurdle. I am an account manager as part of a larger team at CrowdComms, and I look after a whole different range of clients from medical, automotive, fashion, law as well. I look after their technology needs for on-site events, hybrid and virtual.
Excellent. And how long have you been with us and what did you do before you joined us here?
I have been with CrowdComms coming up to 4 years now. I think it's my longest standing position, which says a lot. Before CrowdComms, I was actually a client, and you and I worked on a couple of projects. I worked for a large events agency looking after everything from venue finding, on-site production, and account management as well. And we actually used your event app a couple of times.
Do you think that's helped you? I mean, obviously it's helped you because you understand the industry, but do you think having that empathy for the demands of the event agencies, the planners, the client side has helped you here in this role?
Yeah, definitely. It's being able to listen to a brief come in from a client and know that that's not the only element that they're working on. They're working on venue finding, logistics. They're working on potentially keeping their client happy as well. So it's being able to be as helpful as possible, understand requirements really quickly, and also then apply our technology to a live event, and knowing that that's not the biggest part of the day, that you need to be able to become an addition to their event rather than a distraction.
Yeah, 100%. I've got some trickier ones for you here. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Okay, so starting easy, and then they get slightly odd. Some of them are a bit weird, just to brace you. Okay, so the first one is, what's been your most memorable event or experience here?
The most memorable event I've worked on is a large medical event that we delivered last year in Amsterdam. It was at The Hague, which is one of the largest, I think it's the largest event venue in Europe.
Wow.
We had 8,000 people over 3 days, multiple languages, multiple destinations they came in from. But the special part about this event was when the client first came to us, it was just for a small part of the event technology. So it was just for kiosks on site, which is the badge printing. We then kind of dug into the requirements a little bit more, expanded on what else we could offer, and it actually ended up being one of our largest on-site productions. So we looked after registration, some abstracts. We then had 12 different spaces over 3 days that we were filming. So ended up being really big, really big events. The client was really happy, and we're working with them again this year.
Do you think that's one of our big advantages over some of our competitors, that we can genuinely go from end to end, not just from a technology perspective, but also a service perspective?
Yeah, definitely. It's hard enough, I think, pulling together those requirements, let alone pulling together those requirements with multiple suppliers.
Yeah.
At the end, the client just loved the fact that they had one point of call. The team knew each other. They were quite often on site with each other, and we were able to kind of build a really strong, committed team really quickly.
Yeah.
Everything just went very smoothly, and I think we kind of put the client to rest quite quickly.
Good. So what's the most common question you get asked?
Most common question, probably what's next? What are we working on? How can technology get better? There's so many different events, different genres, different end clients, whether they're law or automotive, fun cocktail dinners. But it's always, how can we make that better?
Yeah.
There will always be the set out needs and requirements, but there's always those added touches and personalized experiences that our development team are always working on.
I think that's a key part of that is listening, which I know you do really well, but I think we try to do well as a team, which is listening to our clients' kind of problems and then working with Will, who sat over there, the product director, and giving him those problems to present what's going to be the next thing that we do. But so it's interesting. In software, you're always going to be asked what's next. And sometimes you're like, just give us a chance to do what we're doing.
Yeah, and it's not even problems. I think a lot of the time where we emphasize massively on debrief with the clients, asking them what would be your dream? What else have you used? What other apps have you used? What other experiences have you had? Not just at events, but even personalized shopping, for example, and taking those little ideas and little touches that maybe some of the big companies out there are already doing, and applying that to events.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, and so we know how long you've been here, 4 years, your longest standing job. We're chuffed about that. Hopefully we'll keep going. I think it's a watch at 10 years. Lee's already asked me what type of watch. But how long have you been in the industry itself? And what advice would you give to someone just starting out in this events industry?
I have been in the industry about 9 years now. And my first experience in events started in equestrian sporting events.
Yeah.
I was a competitor when I was younger, and I then kind of got the love and the bug for traveling around to different events each weekend. Ended up working for an equestrian company and looking after all of their sponsored events, brand and ambassador events. Did that for a couple of years, had a great bit of fun, and then moved into corporate thinking it'd be a little bit more serious and a little bit more of a long-standing career, which it has been for me. Biggest piece of advice I'd give is to just go for it. Just if somebody asks you to do something, or would you be like to be part of something, or fancy giving this a go, even if you don't have the confidence to there and then, just go with it. The nice thing with the events industry is everyone's so helpful, and everyone once was probably lead scanning for the first time or setting up a room for the first time, and everyone's so kind. It really is like a team event.
It's a family thing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, just go for it.
So the advice is say yes.
Say yeah.
Be a yes sayer.
Commit to more than probably what you're qualified for, and you'll quickly become qualified.
And go for it. What is the most unusual thing you've ever eaten?
Most unusual thing. As you know, I love my holidays in Asia over Christmas. We've had a couple of rogue kind of market items, I'd say. Probably mealworms, Scorpios.
Oh,
Scorpions?
Scorpions. I quite fancy a Scorpio, but Scorpion.
Scorpion on...
They're deep fried, aren't they?
Yeah, back streets of Bangkok, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, after a few drinks.
Yeah, but with enough salt, they're always good beer snacks, aren't they? Deep fried tarantulas I had in Asia, in Cambodia, and I'm scared of spiders. And so I just had to kind of like... but yeah, good. That's a good one, and particularly disgusting, so well done. If you could only bring... I don't know why I'm holding it like this, because I've got fabulous eyes. If you could only bring 3 items to a deserted island, what would they be?
God, probably my water bottle, because I don't know, people that know me well, I'm attached to a water bottle.
You can only survive 2 days without water.
Yeah. Golf clubs. I know we mentioned it earlier, but I mean, you can never... Yeah. It's not a team sport, is it? You just keep hitting the ball.
Yeah.
And don't worry. Third item. Can I have a radio?
Yeah.
Because then that makes me feel like I'm with people, but again, I can just switch it off.
Yeah. Radio's good. It's always good to be able to switch people off. If aliens land... What is this? If aliens landed on... I apologise for this one. If aliens landed on Earth tomorrow and offered to take you with them, would you go? And why is the answer you give the answer you give?
Why? I don't think I would, no.
Who would go?
I feel like it would, if they just took me, it would only be me that can experience it. Whereas if I stayed and everyone knew there was aliens, I just love watching the chaos.
Yeah.
I love the media blowing up a story.
Yeah. I would most definitely be staying. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't even like flying a huge amount. I'm a bit scared of that at the moment.
Scared of turbulence.
I'm scared of turbulence after last year. Yeah.
Therapist.
I need a bit of hypnotherapy on that. Well, thank you very much for answering the ridiculous questions. And here's to the next 4 years.
Never a quiet day in this office.
No, it's not. Here's to the next 4 years. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.